For instance, the most insulting thing I've heard was a compliment. Someone told me,
What?
just as intelligent as you are handsome. And I'm like, why would you say that? Is this a joke? I'm like,
I
oh
feel like
man.
I feel like you have to think that one through. Are you saying I look as good as I am smart, or I'm as smart as I look?
You're just as good looking as you are. Hey, I mean, it is what it is.
That's
Now,
an excellent
as
insult to a really stupid person or a really ugly person. But it's an excellent compliment to a genius or a beautiful person. Hmm. I might use that actually. Is that
doesn't look.
bad?
It depends on how you use it. If you use it for good, it depends. Be a
Ooh,
good person. You should try it.
dupe. Another one, DJ Khaled. Being a good person is harder than it seems. Fun fact, actually was doing research on that. Being a good person is literally harder than it seems because being a good person involves being nice and technically 90% random percentage there. Um, but it felt right. 90% of the jokes people make are like at the detriment of another person.
Oh
Are
yeah,
you really being a
that's why
good
it's so
person then?
hard. As I adjust this mic, that's why it's so hard to make a joke that no one suffers from. Because friends tease each other all the time. Like I tease you, and I'm like, it's it's not like an upbuilding joke. It's not harsh or anything, but it's not upbuilding either.
Mm,
So the
upbuilding.
true mastery of like humor that I've been trying to get to, and I forget that I'm working on it, but it's like being able to make someone laugh while building them up at the same time. Then I can say I'm funny, but until then,
Yeah, that it's so difficult to be funny while building people up. That's like a whole new level of hilarity. Because when you think of the most famous people, like who's famous? Kevin Hart, Chris Rock, um, Dave Chappelle, they're all insulting everyone around them as deeply as they can possibly insult them. And it's like
yeah.
not goals. But I guess the best way to be funny is to throw yourself under the bus because then nobody can be mad at you and you can feel good about yourself still. If you just have to insult people.
That's an option, but there you go. Okay, cool. But something I realized is that if you're trying to be a humble person, true humility is like understanding you have to calm yourself down. That's not the true it's self-deprecation. You have to have a balanced view of yourself, which comes into being humble.
That's also difficult to have. Loving yourself? Who does that? Man,
Are we
life
talking
is
about difficult things to have?
well, yeah. $1 million. That's kind of hard to get.
This is brand new pessimist Tyler. Let's see where this goes. This is
With
going to
your
be really
high
interesting.
fashion
As
sense,
my
that's
mic
kind of hard to get.
is just wiggling.
Look at him with the hat and the short sleeve jacket and the auto adjusting lights to his mood at the time. Like, come on. It's a whole vibe. See, look at this. He's
I didn't have
happy
a
again.
joke. So
Your lights made the joke for you.
tell me something self-deprecating.
Okay, so recently I've been making jokes about my hairline. Because instead of telling everyone else that their hairline is too far back, I'll say mine is not far back enough, which at this current camera angle is a lie because it looks kind of big, but sometimes it looks small. And so I'll go ahead and talk about that, or how skinny I am because working out is hard. What else?
Yeah.
That's it.
I like how it's like exact opposite of what I make fun of myself for.
Wait, I
Remember
don't.
that time? Here comes one of those jokes, by the way, where you're
Okay. Oh boy.
the target. You like cut your hairline back all the way. Just hearing about that experience,
I have footage.
beautiful.
Never before
You
seen
do?
footage. Never in the future seen footage. It was a
Hey,
day.
we're
I
not trying to
actually
get that
have.
many views.
Charlie bit me.
You don't need all that.
No, I have footage of that. I have footage of the first time I shaved. Um, I was like 8 or 9 at my grandma's house. I stole my uncle's razor and just cut my chin. Just it was a terrible idea. I was crying to my mom, and my mom wasn't like, "Oh, baby, it's okay." No, she took the moment to discipline me. She was like, "You shouldn't have been touching other people's stuff." Show me love. Tell me it'll be okay. It was hilarious, man. It was a vibe. That's how I'm treating my kids too. If they do something stupid, I'm gonna be like, you shouldn't have done nothing stupid. I told you, I've told you not to use the razor, and here you are shaving yourself bald. Now you're gonna be bald for the next 3 weeks. I'm gonna keep you shaved. Take them to the barber every week,
You
shave
get
them
those
bald.
like. I bet someone did that as a punishment or something like that.
I feel like it's a
Just
good one.
imagine. You didn't get straight A's at school. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna take your video games. You can watch all the TV you want, but that beautiful golden hair you love so much, I'm cutting it off.
Ah, ah. I would, I would do better in school.
Every week, like right when it starts coming back. Oh, you got a B?
Mm-mm. No bees. We don't do bees.
Diana.
Random person named Diana comes from nowhere. No, whose name is Diana? Wonder Woman just appears.
Oh no.
No, okay, so when I shaved my hairline, like back to here, my mom was like, because my mother is a cosmetologist. She was like,
Right.
I can't fix this. And I was like, you can. You fixed everything. She was like, okay. Shaves me bald. I go to school the next day, pre-corona, might I add, because it was like 10 years ago.
Right.
Um, I have to, disclaimer. I wasn't being touched during coronavirus, but hey, and my gifted and talented teacher, just comes. You know how have you ever been bald?
When I was a baby, of course. Yeah.
The day after you get cut bald, your hair is just this long and it's spiky
Mm-hmm.
if you rub it back. And so my teacher comes, sits her hands on my head like this, and rubs back. And all of the hairs on my scalp penetrate deep into my scalp. And it's the most painful thing ever. But me trying to get extra credit was like, I just didn't say anything at all. It was a terrible experience, but I got that extra credit. I did pass.
So you
So
got porcupined.
I did. Man, I can't imagine being a porcupine suddenly. I also never cut my hair again until like 10 years later. So we
So you
figured it
just
all
had
out.
like a fro, or
Well, I didn't personally cut it because I didn't. I've had it cut. I actually did have an afro for a good minute there though. I was very afraid. Afros are amazing. You feel like some cartoon character. You're never cold, and you can't wear hats. Who needs hats?
so moving the conversation forward. I don't know what to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
Um, hmm. Stay tuned, I guess.
Skits?